Alright, so we are back with Against the Storm, the Impossible Run. This is episode 7. Okay. So, we currently are beating the First Dawn Company in terms of how much we control and how much the Queen likes us. If we go into the Smoldering City and take a look at our upgrades, we need food, we need artifacts. Looks like our bottleneck is artifacts, because everything we have requires artifacts. There's a few things that need machinery, but food and artifacts will be our priority. That said, we do get a bonus if we end the cycle with more points than the First Dawn Company. So, first off, let's take a look around. There are artifacts over here, but we cannot reach that because we can only travel outward from our settlements. We can go here. This gives us machinery. It doesn't give us any artifacts, but you know what? Resources are resources, and we'll probably need them later. Alternately, we can go this way and see if maybe if we go here, and then no, that won't quite reach those. Because to get here, we would want to be here. Yeah. So you know what? I do want to try this area, though. Let's see if we can get there. So we're going to colonize this. Let's see. Hoo Boy, followed by We're Doomed, and then Last Hope. Let's go here. And we're going to call it Nihilism. Alright. So, Royal Woodlands means farms. But, of course, we don't have any humans. We do have harpies available. Harpies are fun. They really like fabric. But you know what? I'm going to go with beavers. They're my favorite race. Let's go ahead and grab them. We have 4 points to work with on Impossible. So I'm thinking we'll grab coal and wood. Let's go. Alright, so wild growth. So our benefit is starting from hostility 0 during drizzle. Small energizing drops cause uncontrollable growth. All resource nodes discovered have more charges. So that means if we open up a glade during drizzle, anything that can be mined out of that glade will have more available. That's pretty good. Looming darkness. So this is just our basic debuff. Okay, people move slowly when they're not on roads during storm, and people move slowly when they don't have housing during storm. So that's gonna really slow down my populace. Looks like we have to turn off all our woodcutters every storm once we hit hostility 2, because they cannot get any wood from it. And once we hit 4, villagers have a chance of using 10% chance of using twice as many goods when consuming services, and that's going to scale. So we're basically just going to assume that our people are going to use twice as many goods when consuming services once we hit hostility 4. All in all, not too bad. We got some slow and no wood chopping during storm, but otherwise we're fine. We have 10 beavers, which means we only have one option for wood cutters. We'll turn off coal and oil. And lately I've been doing a thing where I just pick a direction and we bulldoze our way to the coast. So I'm feeling west this game. So what I'll do is I'll square off my starting territory and then bulldoze my way to the coast. Now this does require a little bit of initial setup because I have to square off. That looks good, that looks good. Oh, no, looks like I should go back another row. Not actually need that. Because, like, right there, yeah, those definitely go. And then we grab like that. Yep. Yeah. And I think the next one we need is right here. Yes, okay. And then just kind of draw a straight line there to the coast. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. And we'll subtract that with this. Now, along the way, I might have to clear out a little bit of edges when I get in these, if there's like farmland tucked into a corner. But for the most part, we just draw a straight line. You know what? I think I'm too far to the right. I think it's that. And then there. And that looks good. And then on the other side, looks like we're going here. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. And then we'll draw all of this in. And there we go. That is how we're going to clear. We're just going to go straight across until we hit that coast. Now, usually, I will get to the last area right around the time that I'm winning the game. And if you're setting here to only cut marked trees, that'll stop me from accidentally going further than I intend. Okay, so we have our area for cutting marked out. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up to ×2 speed, and let's go. Now we did bring coal, so there's no stone. It's just going to be basic paths here. First, let's assign our beavers. Let's go ahead and draw some paths. Cornerstone. I'm thinking we're going to want +1 pack of trade goods. Cannibalism can be really good, but you have to bank on people dying, and I don't have any reason to let my people die. Traders and trade route slots can be good for amber, but really there's a lot of missions out there that requires packs of goods, and that +1 just makes them more efficient, costs me less resources, and then if I get way ahead on some resources, I can trade them for extra money. So like here, right? Packs of building materials. 5 packs of building materials gives us a permanent +1 to plank production and 20 bricks and 4 tools. That's really good. I mean, I like parts. It's hard to get parts, but +1 production for the entire game, that adds up quickly. So we're going to go with the building materials. Farm life or forager's camp. Both of these require us to get specific buildings out of our buildings roulette. But generally there's a lot of farm fields on Royal Woodlands, so I'm going to go ahead and go with farm life. And sell 20 amber worth of goods, so I get to use that amber for something else, to any trader or botanist. Now botanist requires me to get a plantation in addition to the farm field. My personal policy is to never get quests that require me to get more than one of the same type of building. Even if I hypothetically do end up with more than one type of the same type of building, I'd rather have a variety here. That way I don't get bogged down with unfulfillable quests if I don't run into any fertile fields. I don't want 2 sets of buildings I can't use. Alright, so weaver, lumber mill, carpenter, and herb garden. So in this case, the herb garden's not the kind of farm that I want. The weaver gives us fabric, which is great. But planks, when you've got beavers, are kind of better, especially if we unlock beaver housing. Scrolls lead to education, which beavers and harpies love. And then packs of trade goods, of course, is another pack of goods that potentially can show up for orders. The carpenter gives us the option on simple tools. Simple tools are great for opening caches, but we don't know if we'll get a good source of crystallized dew. And packs of luxury goods is another type of goods, but it does require us to bundle up those things that we generally use for services, like wine, or training tools, or scrolls. So I'm going to go with the lumber mill here. Okay, plantation came up. Ranch came up. The ranch is a really good way of multiplying your food further if you have a farm. But in this case, I'm actually going to go with the cellar. And the reason I'm going with the cellar is that beavers love wine and they like pickled goods. So I don't have anything I can turn into wine, but at least this way I know I'll be working toward it. And then for our third set, I think the provisioner. Yeah, I'm going to go with the provisioner. It gives us flour, which is good if we get grain. Lets us pack a provision if we get a mission that requires those, or if we want to use trade routes, use those too. And barrels will give us something to put wine into, which I don't otherwise have an option on. Coats are good. Water skins would do the same thing as barrels, but again, it's a 1-star versus a 2-star, so it's more efficient here. And scrolls we don't really need because we took the lumber mill. Meanwhile, the cookhouse, biscuits are good for beavers. Pigment is good for making scrolls, which is good for beavers. Skewers are good for harpies and lizards, so somebody's going to like the skewers. But really, I think I'm already quite a bit as far as setting things up for food. So we'll put that there. We'll put this over here. We'll put our basic industry building here. And this one here. Now keep in mind, these can move at any time. These are locked in place. So it's just going to stay where they are once they're up. The cellar doesn't really do anything for me yet, so I'm not going to put it down. We do want a stonecutter's camp. And we do want a scavenger's camp. Now the reason I paused is because I realized that this guy's not cutting anything. He's already finished his half. So let's go ahead and set him there. And we'll move this to this side. So remember, what's going on now is these two beavers are running around and they're building everything that we need built. Alright, so it looks like we have everything built that we queued up. This requires bricks and fabric, and that requires planks and fabric. So we are going to tell this how much? Okay, 6. But we don't have anything yet to start doing that with. So let's go ahead and actually put our 2 extra beavers over here collecting this flax field, which is going to give us plant fabric, which we can use to make fabric, obviously. But it's also going to give us a chance on clay and some bugs, so we get additional food. Meanwhile, our wood cutters can continue wood cutting. And of course, the first year is always kind of slow. There's not a whole lot that you can really do in year 1. You don't have a lot of people. And it's mostly just setting up your economic buildings for later, or at least it is when I play. Okay, we've opened up a small little glade over here. This little glade has dewberry bush, which is fantastic if we get an herbalist camp, and berries can be then pressed into wine, since we have the cellar. We also have a small clay deposit, which lets us get clay directly and can be used to make bricks. Otherwise, we're just going to keep pushing right along. Now, I could think about making some basic housing, but it's year 1. Generally, people are okay if we don't. Looks like I spoke too soon. Let's go ahead, pull this guy out. Pull this guy out too, actually, because we want to build. You know what? No, I'm gonna leave him in. We'll go ahead and just burn a little bit of wood, because I don't have any good places that I want to put housing yet. Like, I want to put housing back here behind my industrial area or up in this corner, but but I've got roots in the way, I've got flax in the way. I think it's better to just push through the storm, keep chopping down wood, and just burn a little bit of what we're making during the storm to keep our people relatively happy. Actually, if I lower this, the air resolve will go down, but the storm's almost over, so it doesn't really matter. And now we get to find out what our other species are. Okay, so we have humans and lizards. Great. Let's go ahead and take a mixture of everything. I'm going to swap this over to a human to slow the rate at which the queen gets impatient. Our second cornerstone. Okay. Bonus reputation from resolve, but hostility to the forest goes up every year. That's a big hit, so it's really hard to keep your resolve up. Biscuit diet gives us more yields when we're under the effects of biscuits. Really cool idea. And then every 2 villagers with the need for education increases global production speed. Now, only beavers like education out of beavers, lizards, and humans. So I'm going to go with the biscuit diet because they like biscuits, and they don't like biscuits so much, but that's okay. New set of quests. Okay, make skewers and make lizard housing. This is 2 buildings, because we have to get a building that lets us make skewers, and we have to get the schematic for lizard housing. This is just have 10 villagers eat jerky, which I cannot do for a while, because beavers won't eat jerky. It's a human and lizard thing. But it's a lot easier to get jerky than it is to get the other 2 buildings. Sacrificing means we just have to sacrifice fuel. Now that said, we do have to come up with buildings to let us make coal and make oil, but sometimes we can find those out in the wild. And then it'll give us +1 to coal production, and it takes fuel longer to burn, and fuel recipes are faster, as opposed to luxury goods, which require us to be producing things like wine or ale, and not consuming it, but shipping it off to the Citadel. That said, we got that +1 bonus to packs, so this doesn't hurt as much as it normally would. Let's take the luxurious delivery. Let's see if we can make that happen. Now, once again, I have 2 unemployed people. No, I have 3 unemployed people. So we should probably get to work on this field, leaving us with just 1 unemployed lizard. Now, I could be doing something like making stuff with that lizard. I probably should be. So let's go ahead and make a shelter. Now remember, since each shelter only houses 3 people, and we have 12 people, that's not going to be enough shelters. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put another shelter here. This shelter is just kind of temporary. It's to give us a small bonus to resolve and make sure people have housing so that we don't get hit with this. But it is something, so we might as well get it going. Meanwhile, people are nicely clearing out these nodes. Charges, so that's almost done. There's lots of charges for roots though, so that'll take a while. Now I could start thinking about getting a market so I can start working in this booming economy, but the thing is I don't really have anything produced that'll sell for a lot, and there's nothing I really need right away. Basic housing situation resolved. Let's go ahead and toss this lizard in here. so we can start working on the fabric and bricks that we need to make the lumber mill and the provisioner. And then, of course, the planks for the provisioner are going to come out of the lumber mill once we have that going. Like, there's no reason for me to make them inefficiently here when I'm going to be able to make them much more efficiently in a minute. And by a minute, I mean early next year, but, you know, semantics. We have a ton of wood because I haven't been turning it into anything and I've barely had to burn it. And this year we have housing. That said, we are again in Hostility 2, and if we leave it at Hostility 2, then our woodcutters will cut faster during the storm, but we won't get any wood out of it. We just cut trees, which can be useful if you really want to mine your way through a forest. But otherwise, not so great. And actually, I'm going to move this set over to this side. I'm going to move this set over to this side. And the reason I'm doing this is so I don't accidentally open up this glade right before a storm. I want to open up that glade at the very beginning of next year when I have maximum time to resolve whatever problems it throws at me before the storm hits. And let's go ahead and knock this guy out of here. Boom. Lizards have negative happiness, but that's fine because lizards take forever to lose happiness. And if I really need to, I can swap out my human for a lizard in the Ancient Hearth. Lizards give everyone +1 morale when they're working the hearth, but also they get a bonus for working with fire, so the lizard himself would be very happy. Probably the last season where I can successfully get myself under Hostility 2 by doing this. This meaning lower my number of woodcutters, because once I open up glades, it increases the hostility of the forest pretty quickly. They're losing it fast, but we are 4, 2, 1. Yeah, see, we opened up the glade, popped everyone's resolve down, but then the storm ended, and so now we're in the clear again. Let's go ahead and put our guy back in here. I'll take 3 humans, that sounds good. Oh, that is hard. We've got a small farm, right? But we don't have anywhere to make a small farm. I'm kind of wishing I'd gone for that forger's camp now. Look at that. So much wild broccoli. Grain delivery per minute. That's good for making ale. It's good for making like packs of crops. It's good with the ranch, which I did not take. Or flame ambulance, which lowers how much woodcutters increase the hostility of the forest. Now, right now, we've got 6 woodcutters, and they are contributing 144 to the hostility of the forest. If we take that, it'll lower it by 12, so instead of 144, we'd be looking at half that. We'd be looking at 72, which is what I'm probably going to go with. Find 3 tablets, or get humans happy for a couple minutes. I'm taking this one just solely so I can get the parts. And booming economy, perfect. We're not going to take luxurious delivery again. And booming economy is just the same thing here, right? So if we're going to get this one, this will get us this for free. Perfect. Okay. Now what we found in this glade is a totem of denial. And if we don't do anything, then it's going to double the duration of the storm and cut the drizzling clearance duration by half. And the queen's going to get impatient with us. No good. We have enough resin to do this with resin, and while it's working, we cannot sacrifice any goods in the hearth. That's fine. We don't need to sacrifice any goods in the hearth. 30 crystallized dew. That's nice. Cosmetics is worthless on this map. And scrolls. Beavers like scrolls for education. Otherwise, we can get a global resolve bonus for the rest of the run. And I think we're going to go ahead and go with global resolve. I shouldn't say run, for the rest of this town. So we'll go ahead and do that. These guys are collecting, these guys are collecting. These guys are making stuff. Our lumber mill is up. And we don't really need bricks anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and actually kick him out. I'm going to swap this, the lizard, put a beaver in here. Remember, this rotating gear indicates that beavers have a 10% chance of double yields. So you have a chance of getting twice as much. Now, since we've gone basically 2 years and we haven't fulfilled a single order, the queen is already losing patience with us. That's okay, though. We are getting a good economic base under our feet. And once this starts going, it's going to go fast. The soundtrack mixed with the rain sound is actually really relaxing. Until the storm hits, at which point it becomes a bit more terrifying. Okay, so we have more moss broccoli patches, more clay, still no fertile fields. Not great. This stonecutter's camp is cleared, so we're going to go ahead and actually move it right up here. Start clearing out that clay. That'll be nice. Gives us a nice big patch over here that we can work with. So let's go ahead and actually make some more basic shelters. Now, of course, that'll get us to enough housing for 24. We only have 15 people, so I'm going to delete this one. Because 5 times 3 is... Oh, no, I miscounted. That's 15, which is exactly the number of people I have. This will be fine. I was thinking 4 instead of 3 per. In the beta test, it was 4, but they quickly cut that down a while ago. They're nearly done. There we go. Scavenger's camp has nothing nearby. Nowhere I can usefully move it to either, so we'll go ahead and just empty it out of people. Put another beaver in here, start working on the planks. And we know we need 5 packs of building materials, so let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Put 2 people on making building material packs. Woodcutter's camp has nothing nearby. That's fine. Stonecutter's camp has already cleared out that clay deposit. Alright, let's go ahead and move it up here. And you know what? I'm actually going to move this here for now. And let's go ahead and move this around to that side. And let's go ahead and make a trading post. Just like so. And these roads technically don't matter, but I like having them for aesthetics, just so that it looks like a town. Because you wouldn't not have a street to people's houses, would you? People would eventually wear their own paths, so we might as well. Now, in the experimental server, where they test patches, before they go live. Instead of going to a hearth to rest, people go to their own homes, which makes it imperative that you have housing near their places of work to optimize how much productivity they have, so they're not spending long trips back to their house and then back out to work. You want to put the house right by where they're working. But that patch is not live on this server, so no worries yet. Hey, okay. They're really pushing that plantation and the ranch. And the ranch, I didn't take that grain delivery service. The ranch and the bakery, those are both really good to have, especially now that I've got a building that lets me know I'll be able to grind flour. So let's see if we can get to 22 amber. We don't have anything to do with the herbs yet, or the resin. Okay, if I sold everything, I definitely could get it. But I also definitely don't want to sell everything. Okay, so you know what? I don't think we're going to do this right now. Did we find any caches? We did. Okay, so if we can get 14, we can open a cache, which would give us traders coming sooner, plus clay and some pre-built bricks. So let's see if we can at least get 14. What's the other cache have? Leather, vegetables, and copper bars. Yeah, let's see if we can get 14 tools. Not cheaply enough to be worth it. We're just not going to get anything from the trader this year. Go ahead and pull these two guys out. We will X that. We're going to turn in our first quest. Now, that first quest gives us a bunch of bricks, as well as simple tools, and plus 1 wood production. And that changes things, because now instead of 14, we only need 10. And this clay is not nearly as important. Plus, we have an extra pack of that. That looks a lot more doable. Yeah, that I'm willing to part with, because that still leaves me with a decent amount of food. Leaves me the ability to make more fabric. We have a nice surplus of bricks sitting there. We're already making planks. Like, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. This kind of hurts. These two really hurt, but you know what? It lets me advance a little bit. Now the question is, does that really help me all that much? Yeah, it gets me back the brick. It gets me back more bricks, and it gets me clay. Yeah, 100% that's worth it. Okay. So you know what? Since it gets me more bricks and more clay, I'm going to go ahead and sell all the clay. We're going to go ahead and do those herbs, that resin, this, and then I believe from there it was... Yeah, that's right. That looks good. All right, and let's go ahead, and that gets us another quest, which gives us some amber and wine. Question. was wondering if maybe I could also leverage that into getting the bakery, but I really can't, so we're not going to. We'll just go ahead and send... Those are all good. Those are all good. That's good. Let's go ahead and send 2 humans to keep these goods. Go investigate. Meanwhile, I have planks. Let's go ahead and get 2 rain collectors. Don't know for sure that I'll need them, but I might. Let's go ahead and take that out. Take that out. Take that out. Now, the reason I'm not taking this guy or these 2 out is that they're currently delivering wood to the central storage. There we go. Alright, so we're down to 1 woodcutter for the year. That's okay, though. Like, it just lowers hostility. That means we're not wasting any of that wood. And let's see what else we can pick up while we're here. We're not going to worry about goods sold. Getting a better building for producing bricks and that can produce coal would be very nice. So this would be good. Producing jerky, we need a source of meat, but it does let us do the meat treats quest, giving us an option to produce pottery and incense. Incense is used for religion, which both humans and lizards like. The scribe lets us make scrolls, which we already have the ability to do, though inefficiently, and it lets us make ale and tools, though again inefficiently. I'm going to go with the smokehouse here, because we have a quest that directly requires it. Okay. And here I'm thinking weaver. No, Forager's Camp. You saw all those packs of wild moss broccoli. Let's get some more food up in here. So we're going to go ahead and make a Forager's Camp. Right there. Smokehouse is a 3x3. Let's go ahead and move this, because we don't need it. And we're going to go ahead and make the smokehouse right here, right behind our central storage. Reload all of our woodcutters. We do need 10 humans, and both these have 1 human, so that doesn't really matter. It's a question, do we want more lizards or do we want more beavers? And we have a ton of beavers already. I'm going to go ahead and take the lizards. Okay, fulfill luxury 150 times. So we have to serve wine to the beavers 150 times for this. Or we can take rations for the Citadel, which lets us use that bonus to packs that we have to make pack production faster, get us some barrels, and get us some raids. Frankly, of these, I like the luxury more. Okay, we can get tools every time we open a glade, but it makes our woodcutters less happy. We can get free parts when we sell goods, or, and this is huge, free barrels when we make planks. We're taking the free barrels. Like, we can turn barrels into trade goods if we're not using the barrels. Plus, we can use the barrels to make pickled goods and to make wine, which we need for luxury. So it's just a really good option right there. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and put out a cellar. And let's continue on. So right now, we only have planks and bricks. We need some fabric, so let's go ahead and put... no, you know what? I'm feeling humans. No, I'm not. I'm feeling beavers. And the reason I'm feeling beavers is because the lizards will love working in the smokehouse. They like working with fire, and they'll get a 10% bonus because it's meat related. And then the cellar has the brewing, which will make humans happy to work in it. So there's no good reason for me to not put beavers on that production. And for now, let's put some humans out here, get them picking broccoli. can do jerky, so let's go ahead and put at least one lizard in here. We have a pile of clay, and we have a bunch of that, so let's, you know, we get free barrels. We don't need to be making pottery, and we don't need to be making incense right now. So let's just go ahead and park the lizards in here. Woodcutter is no longer close to any wood that we've told him that he's allowed to cut, so we'll move him closer. Right, we're out of meat, so I guess you guys don't matter. We'll just go ahead and put the one guy in there for now. Have you guys make fabric. And let's put our extra beaver in the rain collector. Beavers like working in engineering buildings, so his little glow means he's happy. That raises our resolve a bit. Now what's the exact wording on this? 10 villagers who want to eat jerky for 120 seconds. I have 8 villagers who will eat jerky at all, so this is not going to matter. Like, they can't do anything with it. Let's go ahead and pull him out. Nothing that I can do with my makeshift post. We do have quite a lot of planks. That's okay. Alright, we need something that'll let us pack luxury goods. Start pickling some of these vegetables. We can turn 7 into 10 food and make the beavers very happy in the process. Of course, given where we are, it might make sense for me to set up what's called what the game developers call a hub, where I put like a central storage down this way, so that they don't have to be going up this long road to the main storage every time. That said, the dangerous glade is probably going to have better usage. So what if we make it there? We're at hostility 3. Pop him out. We're down to 2. Pop him out. So we can't get down to hostility level 1. So we're definitely going to have the rotting wood effect, but we can just choose to not cut anything. And if we're not cutting anything, then we're not having the rotting wood effect. Pretty straightforward. Also, by having a central storage here, we don't have enough parts. Have enough parts. Well, I guess we don't need this. The rain collector requires 1 part. The storage requires 1 part, so that's going to let us make shorter trips. And then that way we can get whatever we need from this storage to address this dangerous glade. We'll probably move to a forbidden glade from there. Or I might just turn around and go to the opposite coast. I'm going to reassign our beavers. And we need 10 humans. Let's keep that in mind. 2 humans, no humans. 2 humans it is. Okay, bonus beaver production for making wine, and I already know I need to serve them 150 wines, so that's pretty good. More villagers? No thanks. And metal or ore? No, we're going to take this one. Last order. We need to solve a dangerous glade event, find 2 ancient tablets, and open 4 glades, or have 20 villagers educated for 30 seconds with 10 extra scrolls, and then that's going to give us an ancient artifact that makes people happy versus free pottery. We're going to go with the knowledge, and the reason we're going with the knowledge here is it's like it does require us to have 20 beavers, but it's only for 30 seconds, and that's a lot easier than the other one, especially. No, never mind. The other one would have been equally fine. I thought I already had a mission that required ancient tablets, and I did not. Hey, there we go. There's our farm, which we need for a quest. So we're definitely picking up this farm. We have to get 3 amber. We have a ton of clay. Oh my word, we have a ton of clay. And we have no decent buildings for making bricks. Get us that. Now, what else over here is really good? Bonus flour production is solid. Bonus clay production is solid. Sewing technique is good. But we are really low on food. So I'm actually going to have us convert clay and some logs into food. So let's go ahead and get mushrooms. Maybe some insects. Maybe just insects, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, just insects. Now we're going to put 3 lizards in here. We're going to tell them to make jerky out of those insects. That'll turn our 4 insects into 10 jerky, which beavers don't like, but humans and lizards do. And you know what? I think a ranch is probably a good call. Oh, but scrolls are... Do I have anything that lets me make pigment? No. So I can't make scrolls. Maybe I can. Because I can make scrolls out of wine. Okay, that's good. Now my current access to scrolls is a 1-star. But that's okay, the education requirement's pretty cheap. What we really need is food. So we're going to go ahead and go with the ranch. Now again, I can't really make the ranch because I don't have anything... I can make the ranch. You have so many planks. Let's put some lizards in here. And let's tell them that we want to turn broccoli into meat. We want to turn plant fiber into leather, and we're only going to make leather here. Yeah. And then we'll turn insects into eggs. So this is kind of a food multiplier, which will help. Putting it right up over there. So we don't have enough humans to do this yet. We don't have anything we can turn into luxury goods. And we don't have enough... Oh no, we have enough people who would eat jerky. And we're making a lot of jerky. So we should be able to get meat treats pretty quick. That's going to be nice. If we can get some farm fields, the farm life will happen automatically. Luxury is actually the hardest one to do. As long as I can get a building that lets me do education and a building that lets me do luxury. Now let's take a look at this. It's going to take 5 minutes to work. We've got about 3 minutes of clearance, and then we're into a storm. Thing is, it's negative 18 to resolve globally. That's real bad. And the queen loses patience faster with us. Fantastic. It'll give us bricks, it'll give us coal, and it'll give us ancient tablets, or 15 amber, and half a reputation point. These sell for a lot, but I really think since we have 36 bricks already, and we have 50 coal, well, I'm about to burn all the coal to make up for the penalty of working this thing, but I'm going to send it to the Citadel anyway. So let's grab 2 beavers. Tell them to investigate that. It's only hunters and gatherers that take the 18 to resolve. So people who are already working in jobs that are not those things are giving us a little bit of a boost. We're going to go ahead and move the scavengers camp. And that'll lower human resolve a bit, but it'll also get us a flax field, which has options on like clay and insects. So that's good. Stonecutter's camp has no deposits nearby. There is nowhere to move that to. That would be useful. So we're just going to go ahead and set it here. We're actually going to designate that our reject location, which we don't have anything else where... Oh, no, yeah, we do. Do we? No, we don't. We're going to take these guys out. We're going to put them in... We're going to put one of them in there to increase beaver resolve. And we're going to go ahead and actually put a beaver in here, making packs of building materials. I've got 209 planks. I'm continuing to make planks. So we're just going to go ahead and tell him make 30 packs of building materials, and then I can sell them to traders or possibly set up trade routes. Now the thing with trade routes is they need packs of provisions, which will require me to have something I can pack into provisions, but for now, it's not that imperative. I feel like I want to say that this is going really well, but I probably shouldn't say that because that's the kind of thing that you say and then you immediately get kicked in the teeth. So we're not going to say it, but I am generally feeling optimistic. Now here's the thing, if I turn this in, the queen's going to get less impatient. If the queen gets less impatient, the hostility of the forest goes up. If the hostility of the forest goes up, everyone's resolve goes down. Whatever, we're still turning it in. What occurs to me, I have tons of stuff with which to make human houses. So, let's actually go ahead and flip this to the others. You know, no. I think humans would like to live in a big cluster around this converted rain totem. So we are just going to make a whole neighborhood of human housing around this rain totem. Okay. Making coal out of wood is really nice, and it would give us a better way to make bricks than how we can currently make bricks in the crude workstation, and then jerky's kind of wasted. Skewers, great for lizards, not great for anybody else. Biscuits are great for, I think, everybody. And pigment would let us make scrolls. Coats, pigment, and barrels, we don't need this one. And then bricks, pottery, and crystallized dew. We don't need pottery. Crystallized dew would let us make our own tools. So it's down to the cookhouse versus the kiln. Thank you for letting me know, Chad. I did not realize that I was not loud enough. How about now? Can you hear me better? Is this a better mix of sound? Okay. What if I go all the way? No. Yeah. What if I go all the way on that? Or actually, what if I go like that? Is that better? Or did I just make it worse? Okay. I think we figured that out. So thank you, chat, for helping me fix my sound issue. So where were we? We were deciding between coal, bricks, and jerky, which we already have jerky. We already have some bricks, skewers, biscuits, and pigment. What do I have for food buildings? Let's take skewers, biscuits, and pigment. And you know what? We're going to move the reject location up here. We're going to go ahead and turn off our wood cutting, which lowers our resolve. Lowers our resolve penalty, but also make sure that we don't just waste time cutting wood that we can't use. And since we are in a storm, let's go ahead and burn some coal and basic wood to keep people's resolve up through the storm. Now, I wouldn't have to do that, except that we're working on this. Oh, no, we solved the open vault. And because we solved the open vault, I don't need that anymore. And we still have people who aren't housed. Well, that's no good. Let's go ahead and make some more housing. Okay, we're going to turn off our coal burning. New discovered nodes have 10 more charges, additional trade routes, but faster impatience. We cannot afford this. -5 global resolve, but 15 global resolve for 3 minutes when we open up a new glade. This makes us push into the glades really hard. I'm going to take the discovered resource nodes because it's a little bit safer. Okay. Trying to find a good balance between me and the game sound. We need 10 humans, so either one of these is going to get us to all the humans that we need. Let's go ahead and take this, I think. But we do need something that'll let us do 20 education. So let's go ahead and actually take our beavers. There we go. Plantation, mushrooms, coats. Coats don't do anything for us. Mushrooms we don't have any way of making right now. Plantation gives us the option to get berries, which we can turn into wine. Nah, that's overboard. Let's go ahead and just get the 4. But then, I mean, or, why don't we just buy the berries that we want and not get the plantation? Let's go ahead and get the heavy millstone. Put 2 amber out here. Sell that, sell this. Maybe clay? There we go. All right. Yes, thank you for all the feedback, chat. That's really helpful. Okay, so now we can make wine. Fantastic. I don't think we have anything that lets us make packs of luxury goods, correct? Yep, so we can't do this. We don't have anything to let us deliver education. We need to make humans happy. Oh. Yeah, we need luxury. So we need a way to deliver luxury, a way to deliver education, We need to make humans happy, we need luxury goods, and we need to find a fertile field, which we have not yet found. Great. And we don't have any parts, so I can't make any more camps. Bit of a problem. Bit of a problem. Okay. We have 25 coal. We need 32 resolve. They're all fully housed. If we favor them, that gets us to 26. Okay. If we do this, and we turn off planks for a few minutes, we can keep human resolve up, and we only need to keep it up for 2 minutes. Come on, give me some farm fields. What? Why did the resolve go down? We ran out of wood. How did we run out of wood? We're making jerky. Dang it. Alright, so that's not happening yet. But we did get far enough on resolve that we get another building. And we can get a tavern. That changes things. Does it change things enough? Let's see. We have... Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and take that tavern. And let's build that tavern here. The thing about taverns is they fulfill leisure and bloodthirst if you have a way of making ale, which we don't have, or training weapons, which we don't have. But the passive on a tavern is if you have 3 people working it, everyone's resolve goes up by 3. Really good for resolve. So we're going to go ahead and get that built, and that gets us a little bit closer to our 32 human resolve that we need. So let's toss some humans in here. We are still missing some beaver housing, so I think we should construct additional housing. Let's go ahead and just make some right in here. We're going to take these 2 beavers out of here because they're not doing anything. And yeah, I think we're all right on that. You're not doing anything right now. How much clay do I have? Don't really need pottery. Might as well make some incense because we can. Toss another beaver in here. Hey, we've opened up another glade. And this glade has eggs and meat. Our scavenger camp is currently in use. So, looks like going this direction did not help us at all. We're going to turn around and just bulldoze our way to the other coast. We are still looking for any kind of fertile fields to really kickstart our economy. Now, the perfectionist in me really wants to just finish my clear cutting on this side, but let's be realistic, I can't do that. So, pick this up, all the way to the other side. Whoop. Pick this up, kick everybody out, move it to the other side, like whoop. There we go. Nobody's being favored, and the beavers are unhappy. Fortunately, all I can really do is burn coal for that, because I don't have any source of wood right now. Kind of annoying. I never made a cookhouse. Let's go ahead and make that cookhouse. Okay. We're gonna lose a beaver. Kind of okay with that. Alright. Let's see. Our new cornerstone. 2 more people every year? Definitely not. We are having trouble keeping the people that we have happy. Extra people for Glade. Again, same reason. Lizard, I guess. No, you know what? We're going to use one of our rerolls. I rarely use these. We're going to reroll. 5 clay per minute. Lowered hostility when we open caches, which requires tools, or trade routes. I'm thinking clay. Yeah. That way we can basically make it infinite bricks. Now for people, we do need 20 beavers total. We don't need more humans, we don't need more lizards. So having a little extra coal, having a little bit of stone might be nice. Let's go ahead and go with that pack. That pack seems nice. We'll go ahead and put our beavers back to work chopping. Chopping. Go. And you know what? Since they're chopping the same thing, let's go ahead and put them like that. Now what's Sahilda have this year? Trapper's Camp. Okay, that'd be good for food. And extra happiness for people who are housed. That'd be really good. So we're going to go ahead and 31. We're going to sell all of these. That takes us really far. Geez. Now that we have infinite clay, we'll sell off bricks. Not that many. Yeah. So that'll increase happiness a bit. Yes. Don't really have much else we can do at the moment. Now you can be much more efficiently located here. And the Trapper's Camp would be helpful if I had any parts with which to make one, but I don't. So, got the option, and at least it's out of the rotation, so I'm not going to get offered a camp that I can't use. If I favor humans, I can get them to 27. probably get them where I need them to be if I turn off anything that's currently using wood for anything else. Wow. Oh, no, there is some. Okay. Whew. Alright, we finally found a farm, and that's going to help a lot. Yeah, we're definitely going to use Spark Dew for this because we have so much Spark Dew. Packs of building materials, parts. Okay. That makes this hard because the half point is going to get us further along as far as the queen goes. But getting parts would let us make camps. And at this point, I kind of think I need more wood cutting. Plus, yeah, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to assign 2 beavers. We're going to go there. We're going to investigate. Go. We don't have any clay or roots anywhere, right? Yes. And we can make a trapper's camp. Or we will be able to make a trapper's camp. Pretty big. Let's go ahead and just construct our small farm. Get that going. Got a bunch of farm fields going so we can put humans in there. And that'll produce grain that we can then turn into meat and leather. We have a lot of plant material. So we can turn that into meat. That's really good. Let's go ahead and put humans in here now. They can start, like, they're not doing anything, so I might as well have them start prepping the field for next year. Assuming we get it next year. I'm being defeatist. We'll definitely get it next year. Lizards are happy enough that they are going to start boosting our reputation passively. That's really nice. Mix skewers out of, yeah. And all this excess coal means that as long as I get to the next year, we are going to be able to do a happy burn to get humans where they need to be for 2 minutes. It's really great. Gonna flip this around. Let's go ahead and actually start by taking these guys out now. That gets us down to 4. Now, normally, I would take this last guy out too, because he's not doing anything. He's just cutting at double speed. But there is a farm right here that I want to clear. And actually, this is one of the few instances where I have to break my line. Because, maybe not that much, because I suspect that there's more farm field underneath those trees. So let's actually go ahead and undo all of the central stuff. So they just cut the closest trees down. And I notice beavers, quite unhappy. We're going to go ahead and make them a little bit happier. And we're going to burn a little bit of coal. Lizards lose unhappiness so slowly that they should be fine. Even the fact that they're headed to a -4, it won't matter because they'll be fine. Farm field here. Farm field here. I'm telling you, we're finding more farm fields. Okay. So let's go ahead and put our beavers back on all that. Let's go ahead and re-queue those. Next cornerstone, plant fiber per minute. That could be huge. Or human resolve every time we make 75 incense, which could also be huge. Let's go ahead and take the plant fiber. Oh, I can just buy beaver resolve? Mine's totally worthless on this map. 15. So faster packs of goods. Solid. I am, however, gonna stop because I think we've made enough at this point. So I'm actually just gonna go for this. We're gonna get 18. Getting infused tools would let me open caches, which would be really nice. So let's go ahead and do that. They don't have any regular tools, they just have infused tools. Now, infused tools are twice as good as regular tools, so that's not too bad. This guy's willing to buy Spark Dew, and I have a ton of Spark Dew. So we're going to sell all of it minus 30. Actually, I've got so many guys making it, I don't think it's going to be an issue even if I get to another dangerous glade that requires it. So we're just going to do that. That should be enough. We want to keep this, keep that, keep that. Definitely keep this, definitely keep this. We need these. I don't know if we need these. But the question is... No, okay. Still no, okay. I'm getting 5 clay per minute, so I don't know if I need this many bricks. Okay, if I did all of my stone, or all of my wood, that would be enough. Jeez, okay. Was that worth it? No idea. But let's see what it does let me do. So, first off, where are my lizards? A total of 8. They're all producing food of various kinds. First off, let's go ahead and pull one. That's not the right building. That's the right building. We're going to pull this guy. Oh, wait. You know what? Let's see what we're getting first. Huh, come on. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and leave that guy. And we're going to put 2 lizards down here. There we go. That's going to let them farm all that. These guys are busy working away. That's good. This 7 infused tools. Great. We're going to go ahead and take the amber. And we're going to go ahead and take the amber. Now we are 1 infused tool short of being able to do anything else. But those 2 together, that should get us a bit of reputation, which will lower the queen's impatience a bit. We are now producing in the small farm, which lets us get started on this finally. If I favor okay, humans don't all have housing, so let's go ahead and fix that with a little more human housing. Right there, looks good. We're going to go ahead and make a little more farm field. Now we need beaver and lizard housing too, obviously, but not necessarily now. I mean, might as well. Scavenger's camp has no deposits nearby. Okay. let's flip you over here. You can start working on these eggs. I'm going to favor humans. Sadly, we burned through our coal a little bit fast. We can make a brewery, or, and this is huge, we can make a temple. Now, the temple lets us deliver luxury, and we need to deliver luxury for one of our quests. Also, it lets us burn things slower. Ale, however, would help us with humans. You know what? We're going to go with the temple. And we are going to put that temple right here. Going to get some beavers out here to have them make planks again. We're not going to make scrolls. Actually, we might make scrolls. Yeah, we're going to make scrolls. Now, we need to deliver 20 education and have 10 extra scrolls. So I think we want to cap this at 40 scrolls. Yes. That looks good. Okay. Looks good to me. We need to get humans up another 6 points somehow. If I wasn't making planks, I could do that immediately, but I am making planks, so... Okay. Wait a minute. Whole reason I got more parts was because I wanted another lumber camp. What am I doing? Okay. Let's go ahead and tilt this down a bit. All right. So they're doing good. They're doing good. We have plenty of food. Food's not an issue. We just need planks. We're making planks, so that's good. Woodcutter's camp has no trees nearby. That's fine. We'll move up this way. And we'll put 3 beavers in this one, so we can start getting wood a little bit faster. At this point, we have to get through another year, but we should be able to make sacrifices in the following year to get the humans up to where they need to be, because we'll have 3 lumber camps lumbering instead of just 2. Woodcutter's camp has no trees nearby. We can fix that. let's go ahead and put some decorations at the corner of the farm. Okay, so that lowers people's needs. We're just going to try to rush through the storm. Nothing can really happen during the storm anyway. People's resolve is going down. Queen's impatience kept us just nicely in the positive. And we finished a quest, that's really good. Okay. Put our beavers back. Let's go ahead and see what we can buy. Okay, we can get more fiber, we can get a bakery, we can get more grain production. That seems really useful. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get that bakery too. You don't have any tools. I'm going to go ahead and sell you a little bit of clay. Or bricks, I should say. There we go. Okay. That looks good. I don't really need anything up here. Yeah, let's do 50% amount of goods produced in small farm. That sounds really useful. We'll go ahead and make enough housing for everybody. Okay. Oh, we are favoring humans. Did we favor humans the entire storm? Oops. I'm sure it's fine. Throw another cookhouse in here. Doing great on jerky. We are out of eggs. That's totally fine. Yeah, you can make biscuits if we ever get the stuff. Let's go ahead and put a couple of guys in here because they can make flour. So we need to get humans from 24 to 32. Not good. Like, it'd be great if I had a good way of making incense, but I really don't. You know what? Let's have them stop making planks. And let's take these guys out of here so they stop providing... No, we need them to provide... Okay. And we're going to go ahead and, I think, burn this and 2 of these. This is real risky, because I could easily run myself out of wood heading into a storm where I can't get more. But on the other hand, I really, really need to be making progress on quests. So we can go ahead and move the scavenger camp up here. That's great. That's also great. Unfortunately, we are almost out of wood. Okay. So, the good news is we managed to get that quest. The bad news is I am now completely out of any kind of fuel. Worth it? Again, I don't know. But as soon as they finish that, we'll have finished another quest. Let's go ahead and... No, we're not turning that in yet. Another building. Bloodthirst and religion is useless. Luxury and cleanliness. Well, there's the last one that we needed. Let's go ahead and grab that. Let's go ahead and build a market there. No. Let's build our market here. Okay, can we turn that quest in? Yes, because it gives us +3 global resolve, it gives us 10 parts, and it gives us advanced scroll production, which is great. You shouldn't have any leather in here. Okay. So we have 28 wood, 34 wood. Great. Okay. Okay, that's also going to give us people. So we don't want to turn in either of these rather, until next year, so that we don't have people automatically leave us during the storm, and then piss off the queen further. That said, go ahead and put them working in there. Start handing out wine. Sounds great. Our last building. These don't actually give us anything. The press gives us oil, which I don't think I need. But oil would be another thing that I could burn for happiness. We're going to reroll anyway. Beaver house. I love it. Let's go ahead and make a beaver house. Make at least 2 beavers a little bit happier. We are going to lose some beavers this year. That's fine. Like, I mean, maybe it's avoidable. If I play Resolve Ping Pong, you know, where I favor one race over another. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I had favored humans? Beavers are already hella happy. Like, I don't have to do this. In fact, I can afford to do that. And then it's the end of the year, so we can go ahead and move this camp closer in. Toss some beavers in it. Move this camp closer in. Toss some beavers in it. Move this camp closer in. And sing along with me as we move this camp. And toss some beavers in. There we go. Okay. So, turn in these quests. And we're done. You know, I didn't realize I was that close. I didn't even have to go through that much of a winter. Okay, we get an achievement, and we won a game with 50 villagers, a temple, and a market. All right. So looking at our score, we had our win. We got all the reputation we needed to win. There was 6 impatience left. We completed 7 orders. Regular events. I think this must have been the caches that we turned in. Solved some dangerous events. Nobody died. Some left, but nobody died. We finished before year 12, and we had at least 40 people. So let's go back to the world map. Let's take a look at the end of the cycle. So, we won by 1,500 or so points over the First Dawn Company, giving us extra rewards. We unlocked all of this, and we are almost to level 8. So let's go in and spend some of our money. So first off, we got our deeds. Let's take our experience points. Oh, ho ho, we hit level 8. So these are more buildings that can show up in the roulette. We have another trader that can come to town, and a new cornerstone that can show up. Let's go ahead and grab more patience from the queen. And the ability, so this lets us, this consumption control lets us say, we need this food for a quest, don't eat it. Very useful. 1% chance to bonus production, plus farming speed increase, sure. Hey, always having beaver houses, that'll be nice. Plus, resource nodes are a little bit more bountiful. Going up to our next tier. We don't have enough food to unlock anything. Alright, so that was episode 7, The Search for Farms. Keep in mind, you can catch these live Friday nights from 9:30 until I finish 2 towns. And on Sunday, 4 p.m. until I finish 2 towns again. And again, this is Eastern Time. And if you aren't always watching the stream, that's alright. You can catch all the videos Monday through Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern on my YouTube. So again, it's Dread Canary over on YouTube. Hope you're having a great day, and thank you for watching this episode.